Today I will be talking with Becca Lago of Ginger and Juice Bar here in Miami, Florida. Thanks so much for joining us today. I am so excited to have you on and get to know your story a little bit more. If you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, Rebecca, I gave everybody just kind of a quick intro.
My name is Becca Lago. I'm one of the owners and co-founders of Ginger and Juice Bar here in South Miami. And we opened in March of last year. So that's when I basically had a career shift. So I used to be in the beer industry, actually straight out of college. Really, honestly, the best job you could get right out of college, just continuing the drinking experience. And I got a promotion with the company, see ya, Chris. And that's really what brought me out here in 2008. Yeah, so I had a plethora of jobs under the Boston Beer Company, which was Sam Adams. They also had a local division, which was Concrete Beach Brewery. So I did some national sales with them, some things in Florida. And then more recently, right before I had left, I helped them build up the brand Concrete Beach Brewery. And that was really my favorite position, I would say, with the company, just because it allowed me the autonomy to, just really create something from nothing. And I think that that's what's so exciting about Ginger and Juice Bar. A lot of people say, oh, is this a franchise or where did you guys get this from? And where we got it from was us, my sister and I. So that's, it's really neat to, sometimes I just, I'll look at it and I'll be like, wow, this was like, how did we even do this? So when I moved here in 2008, my sister Miriam, she came to visit me. And of course we were like, we got to go hang out on South Beach because that's where, when I moved to Miami, I had actually never been here before. I accepted the position with my company and I had never stepped foot in Miami. I was like, I'm going to paradise here, but everyone hears about South Beach. So we were on South Beach. We were walking around. We wanted to go to the beach, and we really wanted something for lunch that was healthy, of course, because we're, on the beach, but we also wanted something fast. We didn't want to sit down and have a lengthy meal. And really, to our surprise, we couldn't find that. We couldn't find something that was healthy and fast. You would either find something that was healthy, but it was more of a sit-down type of restaurant, or fast, where it was kind of just full of grease and really not the healthiest option. Mm-hmm. And so we had joked around really for a long time about opening up a place called Beck and Mimi's, the healthy place to eat fast food. And it was honestly like a running joke for a while. Mm-hmm. And then we just kind of slowly had that develop into like different notes about what would this place be, different ideas that we would see from other places. And we have a third sister who actually lives in Austin, Texas. So we were visiting her. And we were walking around shopping, and I had asked Miriam, I was like, what's your favorite thing to put in a juice? And she was like, ginger. And of course, that's my favorite thing also to put in a juice. And that's really where Ginger and Juice came to life. We knew that everything needed to be surrounded about ginger. And the name is really, a play off the words of Snoop Dogg's Gin and Juice. And that's really where everything kind of came full circle. I left my career in the beer industry in 2019. Really, Labor Day weekend, I think, was my last kind of weekend with the Boston Beer Company. And then really from then on, we started, and as I told you, we already kind of had like an idea of what we wanted. We were just kind of putting it into like a more like business plan, timeline, that kind of thing. So really from about like August-ish to March when we opened in 2020, that's really when Ginger and Juice Bar kind of came to life. So we had our friends and family in the end of February, and my sister actually lives in Seattle, Washington. And she was starting to say like, oh, there's this thing, COVID, because that's really one of the areas in the States that it started. It really hadn't come to Miami yet. And I was like, just wash your hands. Everything's going to be fine. So we did our friends and family. We opened in March. Again, we really didn't hear about it that much in Florida and Miami. So we opened And then a week and a half went by, and then it did, of course, make its way down to Florida and into Miami. So we did close our doors. It was March 18th. So 18 days after we got everything ready, we shut down.
Wow.
I know. Really, it's insane to think about. Yeah, you know, and I feel like nobody really knew what COVID was going to be or how long it was going to last. And it almost felt we're inside of a gym. You can see the gym kind of right behind me. So as soon as they closed, it was kind of like, well, I think that's the right time for us to shut. And of course, nobody knew how long that was going to be. For me, I have 2 small young children, and I was like, oh, they're just going to have an extra week of spring break. And, you know, that's kind of what I was thinking was also going to be for the juice bar. I was going to have a week of vacation. And of course, you know, months kept going by, and that, of course, wasn't the case for us and for a lot of different places. But, you know, it's very important that you adapt, that you're resilient. We launched Smoothie Sisters Live during that time, which was really just so much fun. We even had a segment of it, Smoothie Sisters Kids, where my kids got involved. And our mission is to offer a healthy alternative to fast food. And really, we wanted to continue to keep with that mission, even with our doors shut. So we would have these episodes of either pre-recorded or live, where we would basically tell people how to make a smoothie at home. How can you be healthy when you're sitting at home? And of course, we remember the days when it wasn't so easy just to go to the grocery store and get certain items. There was long lines. There was limits on what you could buy. So we also were able to give a lot of substitutions. Like if you can't get red apples, you could use green. If you can't find almond milk, you could use oat milk and that type of thing. So that was really a lot of fun for us. We kind of like now use the hashtag Smoothie Sisters, and it's kind of like what we say about each other. But the videos and stuff like that went away. We did record them all, so you can find a bunch of different episodes of those on YouTube. You can find them on our IGTV. So there are just a lot that you can look through right now. But with the opening of the bar, that was really our main focus, just to get back in it, get some staff, and have people, if people didn't feel comfortable coming in, we do Uber Eats, we do Grubhub, we do Postmates, we also do curbside pickup, just like so many other establishments. Concept of ginger and juice. So as I said, you can see her right here is our logo. The name really came from Snoop Dogg's hit song, Gin and Juice. And I have a marketing and branding background. And for me, it's important that you not only have a wonderful product, but you also just have a wonderful experience. And everything kind of comes full circle. So if you come into the place or if you look online at our menu, all of the items are named after different hip hop songs, a lot from the 90s or the early 2000s. And people just love kind of looking at all the different names. Like we have like Take You There, we have the Slim Shady, the I Got 5 on it. And, it really just makes it a little bit more fun. We also have a mascot, which we just introduced last week. His name is Rough Rider. And really just everything we do, we try to kind of incorporate that music vibe into it. Just makes it a little bit more fun and more of an experience. A lot of places, I won't say everywhere, but a lot of places that you go in, you think that you are getting something healthy, especially even like a salad at a restaurant. You think that you are eating healthy. But then when you really dive into the ingredients and what's in it, you realize there's a lot of added sugars and different things like additives, and we don't use any of that. So all of our smoothies, juices, wraps, all of that stuff is 100% you see that's what you get. And I think that is a big differentiation and a really big piece of the educating. Yes, we do. I mean, we order from a plethora of places just to make sure that we are getting the best product. Like our acai is coming from Nativo, which is really good. We also use all of our honey products, like our bee pollen, our honey, our propolis, the honeycomb. All of that comes from the native guy. He's based out of Coral Gables. We also use like our products for our granola and our bars. That comes from a lady, Susie, Love and Flower in South Miami. The wraps that we use are coming from a company, Real Meals. And, some of the other products that we just sell, we don't even use in a product. like our kombucha. We have a local kombucha that comes out of Hialeah. And really, we do try to support locals as much as we can. Yeah, so South Miami has continued to open up, just like a lot of the other cities amongst our city and really throughout the state. We are very community focused. We just had an event, it was about a month ago now, called Sample Somi, which was such a wonderful event where we invited different retailers in the downtown South Miami area, and all different types of retailers, one for beauty, CBD, Footworks. We invited Mason De Lorenzo, who does clothing. So a lot of different types of businesses, and they all came here to the juice bar. They set up almost like a pop-up shop, and they were able to sell a sample of what they sell at their store. And it was a great way to gain exposure for all these wonderful businesses that were closed for so long, or maybe did online only for so long, and really just a way to reach out to our community and reach out to the business owners and, become connected with them. And we'll continue to do different events and stuff like that. Yes. So, well, if we were having this conversation in May of last year, it might be a little bit different, right? Because we opened in March. We closed our doors for 10 months, and then we just reopened. We just reopened a few months ago. So we consider ourselves still very, very new. However, of course, we have a dream. We do have a vision. We'd love to open up some more locations, whether that be in Miami or, scattered a little bit more nationally. We're trying to work on getting our name trademarked, but we would like to open up some more locations for sure. This is not the only store that we'd like to have. I think right now it's a little bit too soon to kind of see where that might be. No, I mean, Miami is a huge city. It's multicultural. It's one of the things that I honestly absolutely love about this city. There's so much diversity. There's so many different things to do. There's so many people that can connect to different things from different places. There's room for everybody. And I think, competition breeds success. And the more creativity, the more places that open that are really just awesome places, it kind of pushes everywhere to level up a little bit, like it shouldn't be the same old. If you're coming here to open your dream and to do something, you need to do it with your heart and, put a lot of passion into it. And I think that this city has just a lot of passion.
So one last question before I open it up. How did you get Snoop Dogg to send you that personalized video?
Karina, we can't share all of our secrets here.
You guys go to Ginger and Juice's feed. Snoop Dogg is actually part of their feed. So yay, congratulations on that.
Sipping on ginger and juice.
That was so good. I love it. Yeah, so I was actually there, as I mentioned, a couple of weeks ago, and it's actually a very fun experience. You talk about experience. For a minute there, I did feel like I was at a bar because Rebecca, when she prepares your juices, she like shakes it in a cocktail shaker. So there is definitely something to it, and what you get is something so delicious and obviously so good for you. So
and along the same lines of, like a bar, we also do a whole mocktail menu, which has been very popular in like New York and LA. It hasn't come to Miami so much, but people are really, if one thing that I think really came out of COVID, it's to treat your body with respect, like give your body something healthy. And that doesn't mean never to drink, and it doesn't mean not to enjoy and have fun. But it is important not to do that all the time. And if you are craving like a mojito or a pina colada or a daiquiri, we have that for you with no added sugar and no alcohol. So we say it's 0% ABV, 100% healthy. Well, actually, that's so funny that you should say that. I'm drinking here our Most Def Matcha. This is our newest smoothie that's going to be launching in June, July for the summer. And matcha is really all the rage. And it really honestly wasn't something that I loved to drink in a tea form, but I do love my smoothies. And we add that with some spinach, some oat milk, a little bit of almond butter, and banana, and it really makes for a very refreshing, very healthy smoothie. So you got to come check that out. We also have a smoothie that we do put a shot of espresso in, And this is essentially along the same line, but of course with the matcha. And really just kind of going back also to, you know, community. We use a local matcha by JoJo Tea in our Keep Your Head Up, which is the one with coffee in it. We use Perla Coffee, which they're located in the Gables. So again, we really do try to, you know, put our community in every glass. You can find us in the heart of South Miami, right on 73rd Street, right in between In Ramen and Boiling Crab. And we'd really love to see you.
So you guys, please go and check out Rebecca's Ginger and Juice. It's such a fun place, and the juices are obviously delicious, super healthy. I'm gonna have to swing by and try that smoothie because lately I've been trying to do more tea and less coffee.
Yes.
So I'm excited. This has been so much fun. We wish you, you know, all the best.
All right. Thanks. Cheers.
Thank you.